Welcome back. We are here for round 1. We're gonna go ahead and keep this hand. This Angelic Gift's a little funny, but... Oh, and our opponent put us on the play. Okay. Like, ideally we draw 3 drops so that we don't... Oh, the mirror. Or... Well, now we've got the Kitesail Scout, so we can go Kitesail Scout Freerunner next turn, which is pretty sweet. Then we can, like, Freerunner into Angelic Gift. Oh, yeah. And we're drawing just the right lands for it. I'll attack. Cast with Surge. Alright. No Kozilek's return, please. That'd be bad, wouldn't it? Huh. Naya. I'm guessing my opponent has more ally synergies than I do. So we're gonna cycle Angelic Gift here. I think we wait on the Reckless Bushwhacker. We're gonna cast Aeronaut into Bushwhacker next turn. Then we get in with a little bit more damage. And there's a chance that our opponent just attacks with Flameseeker. Oh, just another Flameseeker. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna play a land. I'm gonna play an Aeronaut. A Reckless Bushwhacker with Surge. Get in for 10. And my opponent kind of sort of has to block this Bushwhacker. And I definitely have lethal next turn, unless my opponent plays multiple flyers. Got there. Hey, Bushwhacker, best card in our deck. Not even close. I think we can just run it back. I mean, Eldrazi Aggressor seems fine against a bunch of X2s, but we haven't really seen a lot of our opponent's deck yet. Alright, we've got turn 1 Kitesail Scout. Snap it off. Enter 2 Aeronaut. Goodness. 1 power flyers. That's the deck's game plan. I like playing Shadow Glider on 3. Keeps with the game plan of play flyers. So if our opponent removes 1, they have to deal with the other 2. And we can shoulder to shoulder those ones. Alright, cool. I like holding on to the Sliderunner. I don't want to play it. Because it's a good way to get Surge active. Okay. So I guess we attack with these guys. Play the Vile Aggregate and pass. One of the things that we could consider doing is play shoulder to shoulder attacking. Well, if we drew a land, we could play shoulder to shoulder attack, and if our opponent jumped their Sky Climber, then they'd get pretty blown out. Sylvan Scrying, probably for a plains. They played a land this turn, though. Which is curious. Oh, Blighted Woodland. Okay. Maybe my opponent has some synergies going on, like landfall synergies. So if my opponent pays 3 mana here, we're definitely killing it. But they would have had to do it before we attacked. Or before attack steps. I like just holding up Reality Hemorrhage here. Don't need to bother with shoulder to shoulder yet. Iona's Blessing. Yeah. No. I was gonna say, that guy's gonna get really big, and then it hit me. No, it's not. Alright, well, Vines of the Recluse is fine. I mean, we got a 1-for-1 off our Reality Hemorrhage. Now it's a 5-4. So gets vigilance and can block an additional creature. Okay, so first we're gonna do this. Isolation Zone. Good draw. Good draw. So we're hitting for 5 for sure, and then my opponent doesn't have to block the Sliderunner, but probably should. And now we don't have to worry about that anymore. We can just Isolation Zone whatever they play. Or cast Cinder Hellion, I guess. If they don't have a flyer, then Cinder Hellion just kills them. Okay, so not technically a flyer, but Pulse of Marasa, getting our opponent some life. That's fine. Wonder if they have a blocker. I bet it's a Matter Reshaper. Just gonna throw that out there. I bet my opponent has an Immolating Glare. That's the card we're calling this time. I like how on this board Akoum Flameseeker would be the only ally. Oh, Searing Light. Okay, so same concept, I guess. Crumbling Vestige, okay. That would have allowed my opponent to play their flyer, I guess. I think I just isolate the Sky Climber. Goblin Freerunner has to block the Cinder Hellion, then I kill them next turn. Cool. Alright, so that was round 1, and we curved out pretty well, so that's exciting. I'll see you guys in round 2. Welcome back. We are on the play. Our opponent lost connection to the game, so that's good. Probably not. We have a turn 1 Kitesail Scout, so we're gonna keep. Now we're just kind of waiting on our lost opponent. Our opponent came back! Hooray! Just in time for us to play a turn 1 Kitesail Scout. So ordering's kind of interesting, because if we play the Flameseeker first, we'll be able to loot if our opponent plays something that can block it when we cast on turn 4, when we cast Scythemaster. Scythemaster can attack for the most reliably. Vile Aggregate can block the most things, which I think is actually going to end up being what we do, especially since we drew Press into service. We don't really mind having lands. So we just want to get as many pings in as possible and then win the game with a Press into service on our opponent's creature. Ooh, Mardu. You don't say. Opponent's choosing not to pay for the Stonewaker, instead playing a Alpha Protector. So, yeah, this Kor Scythemaster is not attacking for damage anytime soon. So we're just gonna play this guy. Opponent has more plays. No. I bet they're the ally deck. That's what I thought. I mean, good draws. This means we can attack still. That is one reserved Reckless Bushwhacker. No blocks. I'll take one. Alright, since we don't really need the double red, I'm going to hold on to that to rummage with my Flameseeker. Destroy target attacking creature? Alright, you've immolated and glared my Kitesail Scout. You've got me. Probably going to pay it this time. Oh. That's interesting and kind of scary. Maybe they have another... Nope, just cliff the Allied Reinforcements. Allied Reinforcements is another card that's very good with Reckless Bushwhacker. But you have to play the Reckless Bushwhacker first. Maybe they... Oh, Boulder Salvo. Discard this mountain. Draw a mountain. Sweet. If our opponent attacks, we'll block this time. Cycle shoulder to shoulder. It's another thing I can rummage with. Hooray! Unfortunately, our opponent isn't really doing anything really big. They're just going wide. Which, I mean, is kind of fine for us because we can just sit here and make our guys really big. And attack with Press into service a couple of times. I think we cycle this first. Now we have a couple of big flyers, which makes press into service better. I was just thinking, since I drew the Makindi Aeronaut, I wish I had gotten the Freerunner with my Angelic Gift, but that is not the case. So our opponent's actually dead in 2 turns regardless? Okay. Tar Snare? Something like that? Stonehaven Medic. Okie doke. Your creatures are not very good against yourself. Alright, well, let's press into service, targeting these guys. Taking your Alpha Protector, I suppose. Hmm. 2, 4, 6, 7. 8. Yeah. I was mostly doing it so that my creatures got bigger, so I could kill them next turn instead of in 2 turns. I expect my opponent to attack with everything here. Okay. Take 3. Unless I have Planar Outburst? That would be bad. I think I want my Plummet. Tar Snare. Sure. Because I can't get around that guy. Oh, I don't have a Plummet. No. Kind of like Immolating Glare. I think we're fine though. We have Boulder Salvo. That's fine. Right? Guys? Yeah, we're keeping this. I think we actually hold on to the Sandstone Bridge because we have enough mana to do whatever we want, basically, for the next couple turns. Sorry, I'm a little sniffly. Ely. Well, we can't kill it, but that's fine because we don't really care about it that much either. Yeah, I was supposed to say. I expect this is going to get Reality Hemorrhage. Hemorrhaged. Opponent did not make their 4th land drop though. And I have a Nettle Drone, which is exciting. Not super worried about the daily, to be completely honest with you guys. No blocks. I put something I can Reality Hemorrhage. Nope. Like the opposite of that. I could attack with Nettle Drone. And deal 2. No, I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather just play my big ol' Cinder Hellion. I guess it might be worth it in that my opponent can still hold up Ailey activation, so I'd rather just play my big. I will not block. Are we racing? I think I want to plus these guys. Take this thing. Then my opponent's in an awkward position with their Immolating Glare. If they have it. They might have another Reality Hemorrhage, I guess? Like, I have now a bunch of big guys rather than just one. Tar Snare still? That's fine. My opponent's at 6. Essentially 4, but I guess they can sacrifice off a protector to gain some life. If I had another land, I'd be happy. Or another mountain. Shoulder to shoulder, just doing so much work. And the other press into service. Sweet. Man, Aelia actually seems pretty sweet with press into service. And, oh, by the way, Cinder Hellion has Trample, which does not work the way my opponent wants it to work with Ailey. Because my opponent can sacrifice another like Alpha Protector after blocking to gain life. However, since it's gone, since it no longer has the toughness in front of the Trampler, they will still take that much damage. Which is pretty funny. So we're just gonna let this happen. So my opponent's gonna take a bunch. And then I'm actually just gonna hold up Reality Hemorrhage. That's how that works, right? That's what it's called. Because my opponent can just sacrifice Scythemaster, whatever. Yep. This card would be kind of scary, except for my opponent's been on 4 mana for a very long time. Yoink. Cancel. Press into service, man. You gotta watch where you're clicking. Yeah, sacrifice it. That's fine. It's basically another shoulder to shoulder. Sweet, got there. On to the finals. Welcome back. We are here for round 3 with red-white allies. We're gonna go ahead and keep this hand. It's a little slow, but we've got Shoulder to Shoulder and Isolation Zone, along with a card that is pretty hard to kill by conventional means. So, we'll be fine. Probably gonna run out Sandstone Bridge. Our opponent mulliganed to 5, which I know the feel, bro. It sucks. Ooh, Hissing Quagmire. Alright, well. That's a good way to kill it, Vile Aggregate. Goblin Freerunner is cool. It's pretty good thing to shoulder to shoulder onto. I wonder what colors my opponent's playing. Also, shoulder to shoulder into Boulder Salvo seems pretty good. Like a way to pump this guy. Just so many science. I summoned so many. Let's shoulder to shoulder and see what we draw. A land. Interesting. Interesting. I could trade a Vile Aggregate for a Scion Summoner, which actually doesn't sound right. So we're just gonna play Ondu War Cleric and hold on till we get, like, some sort of combat trick or something like that. Or our opponent plays something worth removing. Which I imagine is soon. They have a lot of mana. Please sacrifice an Eldrazi Scion. No. It said sacrifice an Eldrazi Scion, not put more into play. Okay. I can get behind this Flameseeker. I should not have played that land, but you know. I can dig it. Sacrifice some Scions. Kozilek's Translator. Alright. I think that guy's worth isolation zoning. What are the odds that my opponent doesn't put just all of their creatures in front of my Freerunner? Because I think they're pretty low. I like Cinder Hellion. I almost said Hellion. I mean, I'm not wrong, but guy's pretty big. Can get around some Scions. Play something with 4 toughness. That counts. Yeah, that's something I would love to kill with Boulder Salvo. Preferably Surge, but oh, hey. Cool. I don't think I attacked with Cinder Hellion yet. But next turn, I'm probably attacking with Aggregate, Hellion, Shadow Glider. Bailoff, no. Alright, well, you get your guy back. I'd like to gain more life, please. I think I pressed this guy into service, right? Seems pretty reasonable. Target my Flyer and my Hellion. Hit this guy. My opponent's got some really awkward mana going on for their Duder guy too, their Brood Butcher. Okay, well now they can still only kill one thing. Kill or shrink. I would love to gain more life. Alright, well that's something to rummage away if I've ever seen one. It goes to 3, and then it goes to 6. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Our opponent can shrink. Oh, okay, that's fine. It was going to die anyway. You're saving your Scion Summoner. Like, okay. I like Shadow Glider because my opponent can't kill it without paying 4 mana and sacrificing 2 guys. Oh. They aren't attacking now. That's weird. Well, Moto, what's wrong with you? You guys see this, right? Like, it's laggy for you too. Let's have that one. Discard. Hit a land. Sweet. We have ways to win now, right? Pretty sure. Peel off now. Pretty good against Brood Butcher. Pretty good with Brood Butcher. I mean, I'm at 30 life. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I'm gonna hold on to this Angelic Gift. I'd like to use it to enable Surge, but I'm not sure how good that'll be. My opponent's probably attacking me for 7 again. Yeah. Alright, Kor Scythemaster. It's a card. Sylvan Scrying? Probably getting like a Lumbering Falls, if I had to guess. Corrupted Crossroads. Interesting. Does that mean they have like a red spell or... Ooh, an Eldrazi Displacer. That's my call. Spend this mana only to cast a spell with the void, so it can't activate Brood Butcher. Take 4. Yeah, that's fine. Don't know why you didn't attack with the Brood Butcher. Alright, well, let's see what we can draw. It's a bit of a desperation move. Land. Perfect. Just what we wanted. My opponent has so much mana. If they draw something that produces multiple tokens, then I feel like we're in trouble. Play Kitesail Scout, double the clock. I don't know why my opponent isn't attacking with Hissing Quagmire. Overrun. Okay. Swarm Switch. Alright, yeah, that's basically Overrun. That's game. Let's see. If we had been able to... No. If we had been able to activate the Flameseeker... Oh my god, that's so frustrating too, when it's just like an error on Moto. Alright, well. How do we beat this deck? This card, probably. Just a guess. Who else? I like this card a lot. Like to side out something. Probably the Sliderunner. I'll submit. Yes. I think we keep this. If our opponent gets off to a Scion heavy start, then we're in good shape. We got removal. Ooh, we have a Shadow Glider too now? And our removal exiles too. Kitesail Scout, you're a little late, buddy, but it's okay. We'll save you for, like, Surge. Vampire on the way. I think we play Kitesail Scout. We could attack, I suppose. I actually kind of like attacking. As good a use as any for Root Strength. We did not get in nearly as much damage as we could have, but I guess because we have Kitesail Scout, it's a good thing to do to get rid of the Envoy. Alright. So, goal this game. Awaken Boiling Earth. How come these guys aren't allies? He's so good right now. Although if we draw another ally, then we're kind of in a good position. Big guy. Does our opponent? Yeah, our opponent just has a bunch of 5-drops in hand, I am guessing. Alright, do I want this Immolating Glare? Not particularly. Immolating Glare combos with Press into Service too. Speaking of. Oh, cute. Come on, Kitesail Scout. Remember that time when I said we wouldn't ever have it in our opener? I lied. We've had it in our opener multiple times, and it's been hilarious. But yeah, so if you have 7 mana, a Press into Service, and an Immolating Glare, what you can do is Press of Service one of your opponent's creatures, attack, and then in the end combat step, you can kill your opponent's guy. So, I'm going to play the Ondu War Cleric. In the event that our opponent doesn't have anything to do in turn 3, assuming they're playing the Hissing Quagmire. So they're probably playing Spawner. But, so you press into service, and then you attack with the creature, and then the creature is still considered attacking in the end combat step. So, what ends up happening is I could just play Vile Aggregate here. I could play Makindi Aeronaut Kitesail Scout, I guess. But I kind of like holding on to those guys. If I was going to attack, which I definitely was, I should have not played my Vile Aggregate first. I was just super excited, you guys. What did I ingest? Ooh, Pulsum Rasa. That's would have been annoying. That's what that is. But yeah, so in the end of combat step, the creature is still considered attacking. Brood Butcher, sure. I think we shoulder to shoulder these guys. And I'm certainly killing the Brood Butcher now. With 2 Present of Service in our hand, I think it's a good idea to just clear the board. Baloth, no. Please play. Ooh, Drowner of Hope. That one works. I wonder if they're going to tap my guys. Yep. Grave Birthing. Sure. So we kind of. Ooh, I hope I draw a Boiling Earth. That's what I want. That's all I want out of life. Boiling Earth. No attacks. I'm gonna play land in anticipation of drawing Boiling Earth, and also because my opponent has not shown me evidence of Myers Malice or anything. Another Pulse of Marasa, because that would be sad. Cinder Drone? Sure. Sad. Okay, so this requires some thought. If I take the Drowner of Hope, my opponent can block the Vile Aggregate with the Slaughter Drone and kill it. However, if I take the Slaughter Drone, my opponent can tap with my guys, and they'd still take 3. But they'd probably tap... Well, if I take the Drowner of Hope, my opponent has to tap with my guys, and then they'd have to block with their Slaughter Drone. Or they wouldn't have to tap with my guys, but they'd have to block the Drowner of Hope with their Slaughter Drone. Which I think is fine. So we're going to take these guys. Target the... Well, let's see. If my opponent's last card is Swarm Surge, they have to tap the Kitesail Scout. They don't have to tap the Vile Aggregate, but the Slaughter Drone will die to the Vile Aggregate. So they'd only be able to deal 9. Yeah, we're gonna take the Drowner of Hope. And we're doing this to make sure that all of the various tapping action happens pre-combat. So I guess they don't have to block the Vile Aggregate. To go to 1. They do have to block the Drowner. They are blocking the Vile Aggregate, so neat. And if my opponent doesn't have an attacker... Wait, they might... Okay, so that's bad. I really need a way to deal with this Drowner of Hope, oh my goodness. That does not do it. Oh, Boulder Salvo, you're so awkward. Okay. Game 1. We literally lost by a click. And it was because Moto froze. So that's good. What's our next draw, by the way? Just stuff that, could have blocked the Drowner of Hope or whatever. And then lands. This game, we got a little flooded. Our opponent's deck was sweet, though. It's the kind of deck that I really like playing, just in general. So, that's cool. Made it to the finals, at least. So, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at MTGValkyrie and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MTGValkyrie channel, for a new draft video every weekday, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.